Well, thousands of first-year students are gearing up for their first week of school, and they'll no doubt be partying this last long weekend. And that's why some student groups are looking for ways to protect teens who may be experimenting with drugs for the first time. Now, the student union at the University of Ottawa had initially planned to have 100 student leaders be trained on how to use naloxone kits. It's an anti-overdose drug, but that idea was scrapped because of concerns of liability. Now, the Canadian Federation of Students say they're disappointed with that decision, and they want to see more universities taking initiatives towards harm reduction strategies.
I think it's less so encouraging and more so just being prepared for when it does happen. Because us not administering the kits isn't going to mean that students aren't going to use substances. We know that students every year during orientation and frosh use substances. They're away from home for the first time for some of them. It's going to happen either way, so why not take the preventative measures if there are any to be taken, which we've seen that naloxone is a great preventative measure for that. I know a lot of the pushback was coming from where students aren't medical professionals. But in the naloxone training, it very specifically says that this isn't you wouldn't just do the kit and then leave someone. You call medical professional, you call the ambulance as you're doing the kit or before or after. So the ambulance are still coming either way. Why wouldn't you take that preventative measure to save a life if you had the ability to?
Harlick points out that anyone in possession of a kit would be trained to use it, and the side effects of administering naloxone incorrectly are not lethal. The person may experience stomach aches, nausea, or vomiting. Now, Ryerson Student Union, where Harlick also works as the VP Equity, is currently in the process of trying to get their staff trained on the kits, and they're calling on other universities to do the same.
I'm currently in the process at Ryerson of trying to implement a procedure where we would be able to train all of our part-time and full-time staff. I'm just looking into what barriers we may have with our own university before doing this, and unfortunately I think University of Ottawa has set an unfortunate precedent for universities to be able to deny these things. I would hope that parents would feel safer with knowing that their youth are going to a school where this is happening and where this training has occurred. I personally don't see any side effects in being over-prepared for a situation. It's so much better to be over-prepared in case anything goes wrong than to not be prepared if something does.
Right now in Toronto, paramedics carry naloxone kits, and firefighters will soon be trained to do the same. And the City of Toronto is asking Toronto Police to consider having their force carry naloxone kits as well. On the Ryerson University campus, Ginella Massa, City News.